It is time to leave your worries outside and laugh with us inside the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm. On April 10th, 2025, today is Thursday, almost to Friday. And since it's almost Friday, just about everybody's favorite day of the week, we decided to celebrate by bringing on our friend and special guest that also happens to be most people's favorite. That is Rebekah Black, formerly of CEO.
That's not true at all. People do not like me.
Oh, I find that hard to believe. I
I'm
listened to
actually
Miles.
shocked you invited me back.
No. I listened to Miles in the morning. You were the good one.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Where is Miles now, by the way? Formerly of K-Love's Mornings.
They live in Georgia now. They moved back to Georgia, Atlanta. Yeah.
DFW radio hits people hard. Usually when they come to town, they last for a little bit, and then they get smacked right back to where they came from, like Georgia.
Yeah, like I thought they would stay in Dallas, and then he ended up getting a radio job in Florida, and then video is right now they're cutting everybody left and right, and he ended up getting cut in Florida, so they moved back to Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have you back inside the Treehouse. I'm hoping that your internet works better than mine does. Although since you were just a little digitized there, we might have a little AI Rebekah going on. But that's okay. We'll take that too.
Sorry. I'm even plugged in with like a hard cable, like old school.
Ooh, that's the best.
Right?
That's how internet nerd I've had to become in recent years, is as I'm constantly looking for a plug.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust the Wi-Fi. All right, so we're very excited to have you on for two reasons. One, because it's you, and two, because I saw this a couple of days ago and I kind of got excited, but I don't know if Trey is excited as I am about this. And so before we got you in the studio today, I asked you, Rebekah, are you at all a Goonies fan? And Trey, this was her response.
Hey, you guys.
This is one of the most frightening things I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen some stuff.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So all I did, Trey, was ask Rebekah, do you happen to be a fan of Goonies? And she sent back some horrific amalgamation of her face and the face of Sloth from Goonies combined, and sent me the video of her saying, hey, you guys. And I have to say, I love it.
Very impressive.
Thank
is that a filter?
I would love to say that I created that, especially for you guys, but no, it's just a Snapchat filter. And I have been rogue sending different versions of this to all of my friends.
You have a lucky group of friends.
I do, right? The first time I might have been a little tipsy.
Might. Do you still have a group of friends, or have they all blocked you?
Oh, yeah, I'm done. I've got no one.
My
husband's like, I'm going to leave you. I'm like, all right.
It's also interesting to know how you'll look if for some reason you woke up with whatever syndrome Sloth had. Now you'll know what to expect.
I am not a pretty bald.
I don't think not having hair is the problem in that video.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the least of your worries. I think the nose and the teeth are gonna be your downfall.
Maybe a little bit. But the bald isn't helping either.
No, that just adds to it.
But that's the beauty of Sloth, though. He's hideous on the outside and sweet and tender and wonderful on the inside.
That is true. And a fierce protector of his Goonies.
Yes.
He also had kind of a point on the top of his head that had like a little makings of a wispy top knot.
He did. It was like a little ginger carrot top.
Yeah, it was really, really unfortunate. So the thing I was excited about with the Goonies, and the reason I asked you if you were at all a Goonies fan, is because of something else that I saw this week, besides you sending me you looking like Sloth. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. The other day on the Today Show, the Goonies had a bit of a cast reunion. And on the Today Show, they asked them about the newer news of a Goonies sequel. And so they had Sean Astin, Corey Feldman,
Yeah.
Martha Plimpton, Cary Green, Joe Pantoliano, and I believe his name, who played the other brother. The other Fratelli brother is Robert Davi, I think.
Okay.
So they had them all on the Today Show and asked them about the possibility of a Goonies sequel.
And the
Whether
answer
we're
was
doing it or not is another story. That's it. But I can tell you for sure, Spielberg
Start this over.
doing it. Whether we're doing it or not is another story. That's it. But I can tell you for sure, Spielberg and Chris Columbus have a recipe and they're planning on something. We wish them well, and if they come to us, we'll consider it at that time.
After it came out, Steven Spielberg sent me a poster saying, "I'm still a Goonie, how about you?" He's wanted to make the sequel, and he's the sole reason it hasn't been made now because it hasn't been right. The fact that he is endorsing this next thing is why we know it's going to happen, and it's why it has every chance to be spectacular.
So there you have it. I think based on the edit in there, I think the cast is excited about the possibility, although Corey Feldman seems to be playing some serious hardball with contract negotiations. Ugh.
Which I'm like, Corey, your music career is not taking off like I think you think it is. So this might be a good idea to go ahead and jump on board and get that little cash grab.
Yeah.
He's holding out for an extra case of Diet Coke.
I'm excited about this. Like,
Yeah.
on the one hand, please don't ruin the original Goonies. But if everybody is on board, including the cast, Christopher Columbus and Steven Spielberg, like, I'm in 100%.
Trey.
I mean, Sean is looking more and more like a hobbit.
He is. And I wonder if Cary Green and Martha Plimpton feel attacked at all from the fact that Sean Astin has had a massive career since Goonies. He had a career before Goonies, and he has not failed to find work since. He also doesn't look like he's failed to find a sandwich in the years since Goonies. And it's almost like he's showing off how much money he's made in Hollywood. He can eat whatever he wants, including possibly sloth, and can still find work. He's been that successful, and poor Cary Green is looking at him like, you bastard.
I know. I'm shocked that Cary Green didn't have more after the Goonies. Like, she fit the mold. She fit that 80s mold. So why did she not go on and become more successful? And then I thought Martha Plimpton was going to have like a resurgence in her 40s. Oh God, what was that show? It was by the creators of My Name is Earl.
Yeah, it was the sitcom, right?
Yes, and she was great in it. And I thought for sure, like, okay, here we go. She's having a comeback. But
not as much. And Joe Pantoliano's had a good career as well. He's been on Sopranos. He's been in the Bad Boys movies. Basically, and I haven't even mentioned Josh Brolin.
Right.
I mean he's not
freaking Thanos.
I mean, even Kiwi, I can't say his name.
I can't either.
Thank you, Trey. I was just going to be forced to say Data. He's had a huge resurgence in the last couple of years. So I'm with you, Rebekah. I'm excited about a Goonies sequel.
What about you, Trey? Trey, look at Trey being the old skeptical one.
Well, let's
guys. This movie's gonna suck.
Well, let's be honest. Hollywood's track record for remakes and sequels is not good.
Hold that thought, Trey. Hold that thought, okay? Because that's the part I want to dig into in the next portion here inside the Treehouse.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
Let's get Daniel Cook from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration into the Treehouse. 833 Cook DFW is the number to use for your free roof inspection. The website cookdfw.com. Daniel, I saw recently that a piece of ice crashed through the roof of a Florida home, and the FAA came and somehow inspected it, I guess before it melted, and said this did not come from a plane. So at the end of the day, they don't know what it was, but there's a big hole in their roof. Obviously, they need to call somebody. But not all problems are that obvious, are they?
No, unfortunately. I mean, a lot of times people call us because they have a leak that they found out and they have no clue where it's coming from. So unless you have a hole in your roof, which hopefully you don't, because that's really bad. And so a lot of times it's minor leaks that develop over time, and then they become bigger issues, because you got to think about this, and a lot of people don't. By the time a leak gets inside your house, it's probably been leaking for months, if not years. And it's just taken that long to rot out the wood, to rot out the insulation, to rot out the sheetrock, all those items between the water outside and inside your house. It takes a while to get through. So if you're noticing inside your house, it's been there for a long time.
And that right there is why getting your roof inspected on a regular basis is so important. That way, Daniel and his team from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration can catch those problems when they're small, before they turn into massive money-sucking problems. So give the man a call for your free roof inspection today, 833-COOK-DFW, or the website, cookdfw.com.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. To get your free roof inspection to see if your roof did okay after the last storm and if it's going to be okay in the next one, call Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration for your free roof inspection today. 833-COOK-DFW, 833-COOK-DFW, or the website cookdfw.com. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm, and today's very special returning guest, Rebekah Black, one of our dear friends from DFW radio fame, currently of marketing director semi-fame.
Yes.
Not to pick on you too much, Rebekah, and I mean the pun there for the pick, but are you okay? Are you having a bout of North Texas allergies?
Totally, 100%. Honestly, I feel like anytime I have to crack open the mic, this happens during my podcast a lot, snot just starts flowing. I don't know if it's like an adrenaline reaction or what, but yes.
That's an interesting, Trey, would that constitute a Pavlovian response? Like a microphone turns on and Rebekah's nose starts running? I mean, it's an odd one, but
it is. And I don't know how exactly she trained for that, but
I know how most morning radio personalities trained for it, but I don't know if Rebekah was big on the toot. Time for weather.
No,
Already.
That was not my scene.
The only backup in this morning's traffic are these lines.
No, definitely not my scene. I can't even imagine myself on that.
I can't either.
Like, I assume, did you guys ever see the movie Requiem for a Dream?
Yep.
I assume I would be like the old lady just vacuuming the walls.
It's a lot better than being part of the ending. Literally.
Very true. Very true. Love
Trey,
to talk about that scene though.
Okay. Trey, have you seen Requiem for a Dream?
I don't think so.
It's kind of a metaphor for radio jobs.
Okay, this is when people have not seen this movie, this is my favorite thing in the world. And it's like, go and watch it. I one time had a friend that was like, I don't get it. I don't get this movie. I don't get why it's so good. And we're all like, wait till the end. Wait till the end and then come back and talk to us. So, Trey, that's your homework. Please go watch, wait till the end. And then I fully expect a text from you.
Yeah.
On your thoughts.
And if you would, Trey, do us all a favor. When you're watching the last, say, 10 minutes, just bust out your phone, do the mirror, and record a video of just your reaction to it. Watching.
Please.
I would love to see your reaction to the ending of Requiem for a Dream. It does star Jennifer Connelly. So
it does. Yeah.
All right. So
Young
back to
Jennifer
the
Connelly.
back to the important news at hand about the possibility of a Goonies sequel. Trey, you brought up a very, very integral point. Do we trust Hollywood to make a proper sequel based on something so hyper nostalgic as the Goonies?
Well, herein lies another problem is, will expectations be so high because that is a cult classic of our childhood that we're going to be disappointed? We're almost setting ourselves up for disappointment.
And there are plenty of examples of us being disappointed by Hollywood playing around with what it calls IP, but what we call our fond childhood memories. They've bastardized G.I. Joe. I don't know. They're in the midst of doing it with He-Man. I don't know if that's going to be any good or not. Chances are it won't be, but I'm always hopeful because I'm kind of an optimist. Other examples of note that where they've taken Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is a great one. Ghostbusters is near and dear to our hearts here inside the Treehouse, and they have effed that up royally. But they didn't just eff it up once; they've effed it up with like 3 new movies, and none of them are really
the female remake was trash. I mean, that's just, it was a bad script, bad everything. The Paul Rudd ones, I'm not as down on as you are.
I liked the first Paul Rudd one,
but let's
I was okay with it at best.
Let's go away from what the fact is. About the only thing they've really done right is Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will agree with you. Top Gun, the sequel, was perfection.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I wanted to talk about this, not so much about the Goonies sequel, but about whether or not we trust Hollywood, because Top Gun Maverick is the only example I can think of where they took a really old favorite film from the 80s, 90s, whatever era, and either redid it or added on to it to any satisfaction.
I mean,
is there another example besides Top Gun Maverick where Hollywood actually did good by the reboot?
No, I'm trying to think.
Beetlejuice was
no, Beetlejuice was garbage. I got duped by that. I'm very mad about it. I'm still mad about it. They had a good portion of the storyline, but then when they added like the singing and the dancing and the Soul Train to it, I was like, no, that's not true to Beetlejuice.
It was weird because it actually, and this is going to sound really odd to say, but Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice 2 seemed like a watered down version of the original Beetlejuice.
Yes, very much so. I agree. Like, he didn't curse as much. He didn't do as many gross things, and weirdly kind of helped out and became a hero. And I'm like, I don't know that that's a Beetlejuice characteristic.
I don't necessarily think that Beetlejuice needs the Darth Vader arc. We're going to go for redemption. It's like, just let him be bad.
I will say my only hope, though, for a follow-up to the Goonies is that all of the original people are still on board.
Yeah.
Right?
Those who can, because some, of course, have passed.
Yeah. And Spielberg, I think, understands the idea of sticking true to the characters that were originally created. Tim Burton, a little different because Tim Burton is on a life journey that is drastically different than Spielberg's. So...
yeah, and then Christopher Columbus, who was, I think, the writer and director, or was it Richard Donner, Trey? That was a Donner film, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I'll IMDb it. It's in that group of people that they've done lots of things that we know are good, but we know Hollywood people, they don't bat 1,000. So anyway, it again kind of boils down to do we actually trust Hollywood with our childhood memories? And I don't think we can.
Well, I mean, I think a shining example, and maybe I'm wrong, but like I think the Naked Gun remake is going to be trash.
I agree.
Oh, I'm so afraid of that one.
Hold on, I do have a theory. So my theory is that if I enjoy the trailer, I'm going to hate the movie. If I hate the trailer, I'm going to love the movie.
Interesting.
So I hated the trailer for the Naked Gun. Yeah. Hated it. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna love the movie.
I have a feeling they put the only funny part, which is the OJ thing where they're all talking to their dads. I think that's gonna be the only funny part of the movie. People do not give Leslie Nielsen enough respect for. He was a comic, like he was a serious actor. Then he started doing the comedy stuff, but he was so dry, and his lines were just so perfect. And you just, I don't think you can recreate that, especially not Liam Neeson.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. It's not that I don't think Liam Neeson can't do it, because I thought he was great as the Lego police officer in the Lego movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did.
I'm sorry. He was also great as the bad guy in A Million Ways to Die in the West, which was Seth MacFarlane, and Seth MacFarlane's doing the Naked Gun deal.
Yeah, so I think if he sticks to those type of characters, he might nail it. No, Trey told nope. I don't like anything.
I can't wait for Halloween. I can't wait to see your Trey costume.
Does that mean I'm nailing the impression?
Oh, you've got it absolutely nailed. The only thing you're missing is the little drawing of the Tyrannosaurus Rex over your shoulder, right? And you could be Trey just with long hair.
I need some glasses too. I feel like that'll set it off.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Trey. I love you.
And a big glass of you.
Double big gulp of it.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You can get even more Treehouse when you subscribe to Treehouse Plus. You can subscribe to Treehouse Plus on Patreon, Patreon, patreon.com/treehouseonair. That's patreon.com/treehouseonair to subscribe to Treehouse Plus today. Bonus content, video, all that good stuff at patreon.com/treehouseonair. And speaking of Patreon, our friend Rebekah Black from her show, Haunted AF, the podcast. You guys also have a Patreon channel, right?
We sure do. Patreon.com/hauntedaf. That easy.
So they've got her and Julie. You guys have the Haunted AF show that you do. You have your free episodes, and then you, like us, also have like your bonus content on Patreon as well. So go check that out. Haunted AF, available everywhere you get your podcasts, and on Patreon, just like the Treehouse show is. All right, today is Thursday, April 10th, 2025. We'll jump back into a little bit of Hollywood sequel news later on, but we need to dig into some serious news inside the Treehouse today. And it's not just serious news on a global level, but even at a Texas/North Texas level. Did you guys know that dire wolves were real and not just a fabrication of the Game of Thrones show?
No.
I didn't either. And
Trey's like, I did. Fill us in, Trey.
He does know that. That doesn't surprise me.
It was a wolf. I don't. What do you? It was.
Well,
extinct.
no, I know wolves exist.
And this is a big scam. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back. Here's our chief national correspondent, Matt.
All right, I know this story is about dire wolves, and we're going to get to that. But can we first just talk about ABC News' David Muir? Is there a person on the planet that knows their good side more than he does? Because he does not move his head. He's like, the right side of my face is the good side, and I'm not effing moving. You will not see the left side. Because of that, I wonder if he has some sort of palsy or if he's had a stroke. Like, it doesn't look as bad at an angle, but if he was to turn, like as his face would turn towards his bad side, it might actually start melting.
Yeah, it might. He probably works out specifically so that his face will stay in the same position. Like, let me just work out this side a little bit.
You're right. He probably does like face lunges.
Oh, yeah, totally. Or gua sha.
Yes, he does. He does that.
Spoken like you guys even know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Smile and nod. Even Trey doesn't know what that is.
Okay, for your 1% female audience, they will get
it's like 30 to 40.
What?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, the ladies love us.
All right, I like that. Good for you guys.
But what is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't.
They don't talk
we
to
were
us
just gonna
like you
skip
do.
on past.
No, I'm genuinely curious.
It's like this little weird shaped like I don't want to call it a crystal or a rock, but like you do these things to get rid of wrinkles on your face and to like lymphatic massage, get all the fat out basically.
So rub crystals on your nodes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Got it. Well, let's go back to de-extincting animals.
We turn now to that remarkable scientific breakthrough. 13,000 years after the last dire wolf walked the earth, scientists say they've now brought them back.
Oh, good.
Here's our chief national correspondent back up and with the video tonight.
Possibly go wrong.
Tonight, a howl 13,000 years in the making. In a first for science, biotech company Colossal Biosciences says it brought the extinct direwolf back to life, a species that hasn't walked the earth since the Stone Age.
The direwolf is the first de-extinct species.
Well known from HBO's hit show Game of Thrones, ABC News given exclusive access into Colossal's lab in Dallas, where scientists are using genes from gray wolves to create dire wolves.
We've taken a gray wolf genome, a gray wolf cell, which is already genetically 99.5% identical to dire wolves, and we've edited those cells at multiple places in its DNA sequence to contain the dire wolf version of the DNA. That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Now, all right, if she is that adamant about it, to me, it just sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, Science Officer Trenholm, they made a gray wolf white and are calling it a dire wolf.
Agreed.
That's everything I've read said, yes, it's impressive, but they have not really brought back a, extinct species. They have just modified a gray wolf.
There's a zoo in China that's been doing this for years. They'll just take a dog and spray paint it black and white and call it a panda. and it cost way less money. I mean, you're talking about a trip to Home Depot for some paint and a Wagner versus millions of dollars in research dollars.
But it is cute.
Oh, they are adorable. I mean,
It's
who
still a
wouldn't
gray
wanna-
wolf, but it's cute.
They are cute as puppies. There's no doubt.
I'm sure T-Rexes were adorable as babies.
Yeah, no, they were in Jurassic Park when the little raptor pops out of the egg, or the little T-Rex. It's like it's almost like it's just like a raspy kitten.
What could go wrong?
I was about to say that means this is not going to end well. Like somebody's going to get their face eaten off by the dire wolf, and then we're all going to be running from it soon.
I mean, look, and since this lab is based in Dallas, I couldn't help but think, doesn't Dallas have enough problems? I mean, sitting in traffic on 635 is bad enough. I shouldn't have to worry about a 13,000-year-old dire wolf running through traffic eating people.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's going to solve our rampant, like the nasty pig problem that we have.
The feral hogs?
Yeah, the feral hogs. Thank you. I couldn't remember what they were called.
Maybe they could genetically engineer a quarterback for the Cowboys.
Oh.
Now we're talking. That's a dire situation.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
And at this
I
point,
like to think.
I'll take Danny White.
Oh, wow.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
It is time to advertise here inside the Treehouse. Sponsorship opportunities are available if you're interested. To shoot us an email, treehouseonair@gmail.com. That's treehouseonair@gmail.com to advertise right here inside the Treehouse. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan. He's Trey. She is Rebekah Black, our friend from DFW Radio Days. I like to think that somewhere Dak Prescott was doing something enjoyable, and then he felt a shiver down his spine at your comment, Trey. Good on you.
I nearly went Gary Hugaboom.
Holy wow. Rebekah, isn't your husband a football coach?
He is, yeah, at McKinney North.
Yeah.
Offensive line.
You know anything about quarterbacks? Is he on Jerry Jones's call list for next head coach type job? Because we're pretty desperate at this point, and I'm sure he's good.
I don't think he would want it.
Wow, an offensive line, a high school offensive line coach would look at the Cowboys job and go, "I'm good."
Well, I'm going to be honest. I think he's got a better record than the Cowboys do, so
holy,
it would be like a step down.
Wow.
Like, let's be real. They suck, man. They haven't been good since the 90s, since we won Super Bowls with Troy Aikman.
Now I'm thinking that Jerry Jones is
still trying to save this team.
Because if we can save the team, somehow we're saving ourselves.
No, like we already killed the Mavericks. Now we've killed the Cowboys. Like there's nothing left for us. Let's all be hockey fans.
Yeah, I mean the stars are consistent.
Yeah. Like it's hard.
I can't skate, so yeah, to me that is the hard one. I stand a better chance at Major League Baseball than I do Major Hockey, and I don't stand a chance at either. All right, let's jump into something I was curious about with Rebekah. So, like us, you used to work in Dallas radio. Now we don't. Now we're all doing our podcast thing. We're on the radio in Brownwood, Texas. Yay for us! But none of us have had to go through traditional job interview things for the majority of our careers. So I hear, Trey, was it yesterday or day before we were talking about hiring managers at corporations now have these new tricks, some new, some old, for interviewees to see if they're the proper fit for a job. It has nothing to do with your work history, has nothing to do with your qualifications or references. It's whether or not you pass the salt and pepper test at a lunch interview, or whether or not you pass the coffee cup test in the break room for an interview. Rebekah, are you familiar with either of those?
I'm like, what's the coffee cup test?
The coffee cup test we learned is in an interview, they will say, hey, before we get started, would you like a cup of coffee or something from the break room? And then you go, whether you get a tea, coffee, water, but if you use like one of their glasses or mugs, what the interviewer is looking for after the interview is whether or not you want to take it back to the break room. Oh. Like if you just leave it on the desk or set it someplace and forget it, they see that as a sign of not being a team player, being inconsiderate, and you're not going to get the gig.
Oh man, that's like so judgy. Mm-hmm. But then also when you're in someone else's like house, like why would you not take it to the sink?
Yeah. Trey?
I mean, everyone who ever worked in radio would probably fail at that one because, yeah.
No, what would happen is me being the diva that I am, I'd be like, who the hell's going to get me coffee?
I would think the radio version of that would be, unless you had an intern running coffee for you, yes. We'll just take it back to the break room, throw it in the break room somewhere, and wherever it lands is where it now lives. Because no one cleans in break rooms. And I think that's true at major corporations or radio stations.
Agreed. The microwave is always disgusting at any job that you ever go to.
Mm-hmm. And don't steal people's food.
That should that should be on the test. The microwave thing. Like, are you willing to microwave broccoli or do you bring fish to work? Like, if you answer yes to either of those questions, you're done.
See, I like the flip side of that because I'm okay to bring some fish and microwave it. I'm okay to do something stinky in the break room microwave because I'm trying to eat healthy. And you might be having your day-old pizza that's being warmed up, tempting me. So it's only fair play to, it's a stretch.
You're the worst. You're the worst. No, and I'm not going to, if I'm being honest, I have 100% brought tuna fish to work just to get back at people who have like burned broccoli in the microwave.
Yeah, that's actually the reason I do it is because I don't like people.
Yeah, see, we're just petty. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, so now that you know about the salt and pepper test, the coffee cup test, the salt and pepper test one was whether or not you season your food before you taste it. Some hiring managers say if you're salting food before you eat it, that's bad. Anyway, when was the last real job interview you had, Rebekah?
Oh God, almost 2 years ago, maybe.
Okay. Trey has a little more experience in this realm than I do. because most of my radio stuff and interviews haven't really been interviews. It's just, okay, here, take the job. And that's pretty much their reaction to it. But it did make me think about what are some of the no-nos at job interviews? Like what are some of the things you definitely should not do in a job interview? Because people are losing jobs left and right. I think some people might need to know these things. Trey, what would be a suggestion from you? Something not to do in a job interview.
Be late.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And anything service industry related, don't drink during the interview. You'll get offered it. Don't do it.
Is that your test? As a bar manager, will you ask them if they want a shot? If they say yes, they don't get the job?
I'll ask them if they want to drink.
Oh, I'm out.
And so are you asking it from a general standpoint? Like, hey, would you like something to drink? And if they order alcohol, that's bad. But if they say, yes, I'd like some water, they're good?
Oh, water. Yeah, water, fine. Anything.
Okay.
But don't drink anything alcoholic.
Gotcha. Okay.
What if you come in with Bailey's already in your coffee?
You're
No?
getting
Frowned
escorted out the door. If you show up to the interview tanked, yeah, no thanks.
Right? Right? Like that's an automatic no. It has to be.
It has to be. So anyway, based on the salt and pepper test and the coffee cup test, there's all these no-nos there's all these things you're not supposed to do for a job interview. I decided I'll come up with a few of my own. So the Treehouse shows top 5 things not to do in a job interview. Okay.
Okay.
Number 5, do not punch the interviewer in the face and call yourself a disruptor.
Oof.
I don't
so
know how
hard,
much
though.
I don't know how much LinkedIn lurking and scrolling you guys have done in recent years. I do more of it. Everyone tries to overinflate themselves.
Yes.
And calling yourself a disruptor because you do things differently sounds really, really dumb.
I think I've commented, when I see the word disruptor, it's immediate anger, like immediate. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're a loser that found a word and you're just going to hone in on that and try to collect as much as you can off of it.
To me, it's like if you use that word, you just sound like a douche.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah. Number 4, when they ask for references, do not show them naked photos of yourself.
What?
I know. Sorry.
I thought that's how you got the job. No?
You know what? That's something ladies can get away with maybe, but I don't think Trey and I are going to get away with that.
I mean, there have been some morning shows.
Oh, Lord.
Number 3, when they ask about career accomplishments, do not recite Daniel Day-Lewis's "I drink your milkshake" speech.
That's empowering.
Yeah, but don't make it but don't steal it like you'd said it.
Oh, that makes sense. Like, what if you add quotations and then Daniel Day-Lewis? Like, it's a source.
Yeah. Number 2, when they ask if you have any additional skills, do not say OnlyFans. And number 1 of the top 5 no-nos at a job interview, according to the Treehouse show, when they ask if you're a U.S. citizen, do not say "sí." You're welcome.
Oh, no.
You're listening to The Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
Yes, for all things Treehouse, go to treehouseonair.com. On our website, you have access to past shows, links, contact info, and more, including our brand new Treehouse Talkback feature, the microphone on the lower right-hand corner. Click on that, and you can leave us a message, and we'll get it right here inside the Treehouse and may even use it on the show. So check out treehouseonair.com. This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan. He's Trey. She is Rebekah from DFW radio fame. And today is Thursday, April 10th. Make sure I got the correct date because I got it wrong yesterday. Yes, April 10th, 2025. Let's celebrate with some birthdays. Turning 33 today. She plays Ray. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, there we go. I need my whoosh. I need my whoosh. Otherwise, birthdays feel naked. Turning 33 today, Rey in the new Star Wars movies. Her actual name, Daisy Ridley. She is 33 today. Daisy Ridley, 33. Rey in the new Star Wars movies. Trey and I have talked a lot about the new Star Wars movies. Rebekah, we're learning about you today that you're a big movie buff like I am.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on the new Star Wars movies?
Which one?
Of the new 3, of the ones that Daisy Ridley was in. You got Force Awakens, then the red one, and then the last one where they had the furry horses.
Okay, was the red one the one with the big red war scene?
Yes, that was the second one, directed by Rian Johnson.
That was the coolest war scene of any of war scenes that I've seen ever. I thought it was awesome because it looks like blood is everywhere. The movie itself I thought was meh, but I did like the first with Daisy Ridley, The Force Awakens. I thought it was fantastic.
I think you and I are on the same page there. I liked the Force Awakens. Didn't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
But it set me up to have a lot of hope for the future ones.
Mhm.
And then in that opening part of the second movie, I mean, the whole first movie is all about getting that lightsaber back to Luke Skywalker. And the first part of the second one, Rian Johnson turns the whole thing on its head and Luke tosses it. I get why he did it, but it also just felt like a huge middle finger to Star Wars fans. Because he's like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, and you have to suck it.
You're going to watch it anyway, so I can.
Yeah. And then the third one to me was just J.J. Abrams trying to save whatever he could, and it didn't work as much as I wanted it to. It didn't. And
I don't think I saw the third one.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
And Trey, you're kind of on board with that. I think you may dislike them a little bit more than me.
I dislike them a lot more than you, I believe.
I was trying to downplay it a little bit.
Yeah, I the first one is mid at best. The next two are trash. I mean, the middle one, your highlight is Yoda, and then after that, it's just crap.
What does it say about me as a person that I liked the one that was Darth Vader focused, and he just like is mowing down everybody?
Oh, talking about Rogue One. Yeah,
yes.
That was great.
I love
that's sort of a standalone that came out before those new ones.
Yeah,
that one was fantastic.
Okay, cool. So then I'm not alone in that world.
No, I think most Star Wars fans are like, oh, this movie's awesome.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Other birthdays today. Moving on. We've got North Texas's own, I believe, from Grand Prairie. Maren Morris turns 35 today. Country singer Maren Morris turns 35.
Wow.
Haley Joel Osment turns 37. We were just talking about this the other day, Trey, about how a lot of those cute Hollywood actor kids don't always stay cute. Haley Joel Osment's one of the great recent examples of that. And I'm not trying to pick on the guy, but
he's unrecognizable these days. He's got like the thick beard. He's a little bit heavier. I mean, like night and day difference from his cuteness persona.
Yeah, he's got that. It's the dirty neck beard trying to hide the thing.
The chin roll.
It's like he grew out, not up.
Yeah, you're right. He's probably the same height that he was in The Sixth Sense.
Oh,
he's just
really
6 feet. What? Yeah, sorry.
Ooh,
I know.
Poor guy.
We're not fat shaming him. We're just
fat shaming him. We're not.
We're just kind of fat shaming. Sorry, Haley.
He heard you. He's mad.
Yeah, I'm sure he cares. Sitting on a pile of money.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This is the Treehouse Show. I'm Dan. He's Trey. We've got just a little bit more left inside the Treehouse with our friend Rebekah Black from DFW Radio fame, along with us. Also from her Haunted AF podcast that you can get everywhere you get your podcasts, including where you can get our podcast, all the same cool platforms, and also with special content on Patreon. You can also find Haunted AF there, Rebekah Black and her friend Julie, co-host. So we were talking earlier today about whether or not we should trust Hollywood with our fond childhood memories as they remake or reboot or make sequels from movies that are 20, 25, 30, 35 years old. like they're doing with Goonies, like they did with Top Gun, and they've done with so many other things. And really, it seems like the only one that they've really done well was the Top Gun Maverick sequel. But Rebekah, you said there's another one coming out that you're hopeful for.
Yeah, and that has to be Gremlins. You remember the movie Gremlins?
Of course, both of them.
Yeah, and the only reason why I have high hopes for this is because they've decided that they're not going to use CGI and they're going to actually create the special effects like they did back in the 80s.
Nice.
Which I think is great.
Yeah, was that a Jim Henson creature type thing?
Totally, yeah.
So are they doing a Gremlins 3 or are they doing like a complete Gremlins remake?
You know what? I'm actually not sure. I don't know that they've come out and said if they're doing a remake or if they're going to just pick up, X amount of years later. I kind of hope they just pick up X amount of years later.
I'm okay with that because at least then that way you're not messing too much with the original stuff, because I will say,
can you imagine little Gizmo on his deathbed because he's so old now?
Oh, now I can't. That would sell some serious toys. It would just look like a fuzzy Yoda.
Yes.
Yeah. They may do that. I mean, that's really what. Actually, that's really all Gizmo was a fuzzy Yoda. It's the same ears.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, Gremlins 3. We don't know if it's a reboot or a sequel or a remake, and that's hard to follow, Hollywood. So please get that straight.
Be specific when you put out the press release.
Yeah.
There's another supposedly a remake coming out that Dan, you will be very interested in because you are a big fan of the original.
Are they doing American Ninja 6 or Jim Kata 2?
What are those movies?
I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Like
we don't have enough time today. I don't have enough time to explain Jim Kata.
Predator.
Oh, wait, again?
No, that I'm all about. That's Predator Badlands.
There's like 12 Predators already, though.
Yeah.
And don't they all somehow relate to Prometheus or whatever?
There is a crossover. So in the Alien universe, where it's the Xenomorphs, and the Predators universe, they do crossover.
Gotcha.
So you had the Alien vs. Predator had a couple of those, which honestly, those really weren't that good of movies. And I was really hopeful for those. But most of them.
How were you hopeful for those?
I was hoping they would be good.
Yeah, what's not to love? You have an alien versus a predator, and then they just fight the whole movie. That sounds amazing.
It does. Thank you.
Yeah, Rebekah, y'all can talk and watch Jim Kata together. You clearly are on the same plane.
Okay, it's a date then, Dan. You and we're gonna get together.
The new Predator movie, I'm hopeful for because I've seen all the Predator movies.
Of course you have.
They're not bad. Quit.
Oh, really? Predator 2 is not bad.
I liked Predator 2.
Which is your favorite Predator? The original?
You know, it's hard to go up against the original of anything that starts it, but I have a serious fondness for Prey, which was the newest one. That was the Native American girl versus the Predator. I loved that. I thought that movie was so much fun. And that's why they're making this next Predator, because that one was good.
See? Enough people watched it, Trey, so shut up.
Did you see it?
No.
Then shut up.
That would be 2 for 2 for the Treehouse and Trey of making DFW radio women shut up. I'm not saying it's a good thing. For all things Treehouse, go to treehouseonair.com. Find and follow us on social at Treehouse On Air. For me, it's at the Dan O'Malley. For Trey, it's at Trey Trenholm 1. Rebekah, what are your socials?
I am at Haunted Rebekah. I spell my name weird.
Yes, at Haunted Rebekah. Rebekah has a K. Check out our channels. You can find her through that as well. We'll see you guys tomorrow right here inside the Treehouse.